Hi everyone, this is Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. I have here a patient who attended with bilateral, fully occluding, really softened, macerated earwax and dead skin, dead keratin. They have got a very narrow entrance to the ear canal, as you can see. So I'm just dilating the ear canal open, and we do that by retracting the pinna. So the pinna is the satellite dish made up of cartilage that we have on either side of our heads. With adult patients in the right ear, we pull it back, so towards 9 o'clock, and then up towards 12 o'clock. And what that does, not only does it straighten the ear canal, but it dilates it, it widens it. With very young children, you do it slightly differently. You retract the pinna back again, 9 o'clock if it's the right ear. But instead of going upwards 12 o'clock, you go down at 6 o'clock. And as children age, the ear canal then becomes more inclined. So when you enter the ear canal, just like in adults, the ear canal goes upwards. Hence why you have to then, but this is at the entrance, the cartilage portion, hence why you have to then pull the ear back and up to straighten it with the remainder of the ear canal. And of course, in their left ear, it would pull the ear back, so that would be towards 3 o'clock before going up towards 12 o'clock. And your very young children, you go 3 o'clock again and then back down at 6 o'clock to straighten the ear canal. So this patient had been using some softening drops. They weren't sure which drops they were using, but I'm pretty sure it was hydrogen peroxide based. Just by the consistency of this wax plug, it's very mushy. But the olive oil spray that I use myself to help bind the wax together and almost coagulate it really, really helped. It's binding it into a firmer plug, and you can see this plug of wax and dead skin. It's enveloped by another layer of skin that's just recently shed off the ear canal. You can tell that by the colour. It's white. It's got this silvery white matrix around the circumference, around the perimeter. And it's just got trapped. This is the second bend on the right hand side, and then in a minute you're going to see the first bend to the left where the hairs are protruding out. And it's that region between the first and second bend where you quite often can get a wax impaction. That's the narrowest section of the ear canal. And we call it the isthmus. And there is a second isthmus in the ear canal towards the eardrum, about half a centimetre away. The ear canal narrows and then widens again. So the average length of an adult ear canal from the entrance to the eardrum is approximately 26 millimetres. That's for males. Before I continue with that, you can see the isthmus here actually. The ear canal narrows towards the eardrum, it widens, and it widens to the right hand side, thus creating a recess to the right. We call that the anterior recess. You can just about see the right hand side of the eardrum there, past that isthmus, and then it also widens at the base of the ear canal towards the eardrum, and that creates a basin. We call that the inferior recess. So I'm just mopping up with the fine ends and little pieces of soft wax and keratin. So going back to the average length of the ear canal, so for adults around 26 millimetres, male adults. Females can be a bit shorter, so let's say about 23, 22 millimetres. And of course children's are significantly shorter, and as they develop, they eventually reach 26 millimetres. This is an average, of course, there's a lot of variation. But I'll say you're someone before their teenage years, it's probably going to be about 17 millimetres in length. The height also varies of the ear canal, and it varies at different junctures, different points. And similarly to the length, the height is greater and the width is greater in male adults compared to females, and again, once more when you compare them to children. So an average male adult height of the ear canal, it's probably going to be about 0.8 to 0.9 millimetres. Sorry, I know I've got a habit of saying this. It's not 0.8 millimetres, it's 8 to 9 millimetres. So. And then the width will be between probably 5 and 6 millimetres. The broadest and the widest section of the ear canal is at the entrance, followed by near the eardrum. The narrowest sections, as we said, is between the first and second band, the isthmus, and half a centimetre away from the eardrum. So again, I'll just use some olive oil. I'm just trying to slowly bring this through. And so the height should always be greater than the width, and that's what gives the ear canal its oval-shaped appearance. Some people do have circular ear canals. I think mainly children, as they age, it becomes more oval-shaped. So managed to retrieve that plug. That's the first band. This is the second band. You can visualise most of the eardrum. There's just a bit of keratin there on the anterior canal wall where the isthmus is. So you can see it's quite a steep valley as we go towards the eardrum. So I'm just delicately going to lift this away. Now, when we're on the bony part of the ear, we're going to be really, really gentle because it's a very sensitive part of the ear. You've got a very thin layer of skin, the epithelial layer of skin. It's less than 0.1 millimeters in thickness, the skin that sits the bone. So there's no buffer, there's no insulating fat or dermis layer like for the outer third of the ear canal, the cartilaginous portion. And again, here, just be very gentle. Truth be told, this didn't come away easily. We just left it. It's not going to cause the patient any problems whatsoever. There is a hair strand. I know many of you have spotted that already on the eardrum. That is adhered to the eardrum. It's not causing any problems. I'm not going to try and peel that away. You're risking traumatizing the eardrum for a strand of hair. That's not really going to affect the patient. And that skin on the eardrum, as it replicates itself, the older layer of skin would then naturally migrate away from the eardrum, and that hair strand should come away with it. So that piece of skin came away quite nicely on the front section of the ear canal. So you can see it's quite mushy, and this is what hydrogen peroxide based drops does. It really does macerate the wax plug, and that's because hydrogen peroxide, as it enters the ear, it converts into water and oxygen, and the water gets absorbed by the dead skin cells that forms the majority of the wax plug. It expands, it swells, and it bursts, and it causes a maceration of the dead skin cells, giving this mushy consistency. But I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Take care, keep well, and speak soon. Bye.